Do you spend more time looking in the rear vision mirror than you do where you're going? Do you have a tendency to beat yourself up because of your past failures in the things that you haven't got right in your life? Well, today I want to help you to understand that thou shalt not live in the past. The past is past. The future's ahead of you. More importantly, live in the now. This is something that I've learned to do over the last few years. And to do that, I had to let go of the past. The past is an amazing teacher. It's all part of your experience. And as we've talked about, it's a part of your learning and your growth. Yet, if there are things that happen in your past that make you feel less than, that remind you of your frailty and of your insecurities, then when you go back there and you spend so much time entertaining those thoughts and building up that negative dialogue, it holds you back from being who you need to be in this present moment. So instead of living in the past, it's a nice place to visit. So if we go to the analogy of driving your car, you have a big pane of glass in front of you called the windscreen. And then you've got that little rear vision mirror. They're that size in that proportion for a reason. And the reason is that the windscreen allows you to look forward where you're going. It gives you a view of what's ahead of you and what's going on just in front of you and further up the road. And every now and then, it's a matter of looking up in that rear vision mirror to see where you've been, to see what's coming up from behind you, etc. And that proportion is what I want to encourage you to use when you look into the past. Reflecting on the past can teach you things. It can teach you from the things that went well and from the things that didn't go well. Lessons of how you could do things the same moving forward because they worked, and how you could do things differently because it didn't get the result that you wanted. It can give you the ability to learn things about yourself that could shift mindsets, behaviors, thinking patterns that are roadblocks and holding you back right now. However, when we look at those things, what you need to do is do it looking at how can I use that now and into the future. So if we're going down the road and we're constantly just looking in the rear vision mirror and we're not looking where we're going, we're going to run into something. And my experience is when you're focused on the past, particularly the past experiences that didn't go well, that gave you evidence that you've been carrying around that you're not good enough, that built up that internal dialogue that pulls you back when you go to do things different. If you're focusing on those things only, then they're going to pull you down. So what you want to do is have forward focused reflection, where you're looking at those through the lens of how do I need to shift my thinking, my behavior, so that I can do things differently. So make sure that you put most of your focus on the future and, more importantly, in the present. It's a balance. We need to be able to know where we're going. However, we don't want to miss the experience of where we are right now. So forget about living in the past. It's not something you can change. It's certainly something that you can learn from and you can grow from, but it's not, whether it's positive or negative, it's not something that you can use beyond those teachings. We don't have time machines where we could go back and if only I had my time over again. Well, you don't. So enjoy being who it is that you need to be in the present right now, so that you can enjoy your life and create the future that you want for you and for those around you. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we continue our conversation around my 10 commandments for enjoying your life. I'll see you then.